Voice check, voice check, voice check. Cool. We'll be starting soon. Welcome to the Choose Your Own Adventure. I don't know why I talk like that. Let's see. Chrome. I think it's this one. Yeah. How's that look? Huh. Yes, I don't know. I mean, let me know. Let me know what you can and can't see. I can't see anything. I mean, I can see anything. Let's move this guy. See what happens. Maybe I'll blow it up. Let me blow it up real quick, full screen. That's not bad. You guys can see what I need you to see. What happens if I go to the other tab? I don't think anything happens. Because I have you watching this one. You see my you see my arrow though, that's funny. Well, hello to any and all watching. Yeah. My name is Jamsesh. Jam. I've done a lot of different things. I have a YouTube channel. I do video game content, but one thing I've wanted to do for a long period of time is do a choose your own adventure. A D&D choose your own adventure 5e using Roll20. I wanted to do choose your own adventure where I actually showed like a camera on a desk on a tabletop and played it through there, and it's like hanging and you can see the whole map. And at some point maybe I can get there, but I figured I can do that with Roll20, and I can do that online a lot easier than I can IRL, and, you know, figuring out how to do all that. I know how to do Roll20. I've done a bunch of D&D before, so, you know, we'll see. But just gonna do a casual choose your own adventure. What I want from this is, obviously I'm just gonna be I'm basically just gonna be DMing myself. I'll turn the music down, it's a little loud. I'm just gonna be DMing myself. I mean, it's basically just gonna be my own adventure. I'm gonna be playing D&D with myself, and that's fine. But the cool thing is I think, you know, hopefully, even if just like 1 or 2 people join, they can play for a little bit. They can make choices, they can decide what the characters do, and there is a quest for this map that everyone can complete, and there's other small things to it as well. And I think that's really cool. I think it'll be fun. So this is just the pilot. I would love to have more production quality. I would love to have more kind of, you know, things to interact with, stuff to do, overarching branches. But I think the beginning is just going to be a lot of improv and figuring out, I mean, 1, if anybody plays. 2, what can happen in the game. What choices can be made, what can be explored, where can people go. And I want to be pretty open to a lot of that, but I also want it to be like within the assets that I have. And then with more and more people trying to go elsewhere or do other things or explore the map, you know, I can bring more assets into that. But for this one, it's going to be pretty straightforward. I don't reckon anybody's going to hop in. So I'm going to probably have full control over this, but it's still going to be randomized to a certain extent. And I think it'll be cool. And we'll see. We'll see what I need. We'll see what needs to be added to it. This is just something I want to start doing on Sunday evenings. I think they're cool. I think Choose Your Own Adventure is cool. In my, you know, hopes and dreams, I would love to be a kind of big sprawling table, Critical Role-esque table, and there's people to the side with a separate camera, and they get to play the NPCs, and, you know, we keep the main characters, the PCs, for our you know, people on Twitch and all that. I did have it for Twitch specifically because of polls, But now that I know I can't do polls until like I'm an affiliate or something, I might do like restream. I might just do a restream and have it on Twitch and YouTube, but that's whatever. That doesn't really matter. But I mean, you can play through chat. For the most part, we'll figure out if it ever gets big enough how to deal with a big chat. But I mean, that's kind of the cool thing about it is if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many people hop in, right? They can play a character. And then, the bigger it gets, the more we can do with each character and all that. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be something pretty fluid. But this is just the pilot of the Choose Your Own Adventure. Jamsesh, D&D Choose Your Own Adventure. Roll20. So, we'll start off with how you got here. The Evergrown Forest. But there's a guy on TikTok who goes, Hardway. He reads Harry Potter, he reads Lord of the Rings. Bilbo went and talked to Frodo. And he talks like that. And honestly, I'm not even hating on the guy. I think it's great. I think like reading to people is nice. I think that's a cool thing. And honestly, like talking like that, it's a reader's voice and it's fantasy and fiction. And I think it works really well, but it is just really funny because that's what I think of for not video games, but like D&D and tabletop stuff. Like talking like that is my first go-to. So, but I'll have my background GM stuff that you guys can't see, and then we have the players here, the PCs here. So, but we'll get into the backstory. So we can go to this map. Let's see the map pull up. Yeah. So, south of Waterdeep and south of Daggerford, on the Tradeway lies the Misty Forest. Anybody who goes through the Tradeway passes by the Misty Forest if they're on their way to Dragonspear Castle and further down to Baldur's Gate. Now, something odd has begun to happen around the Misty Forest. I could use a better resolution. All right, I'll have to do better resolution. We'll have to, we're figuring this stuff out. South of the Misty Forest, along the Tradeway, traders and travelers have noticed that the forest has begun to expand. It almost seems as if the forest is moving across the Tradeway. News reached Daggerford and further to Waterdeep, and those who are concerned, especially the many trade guilds, wanted to find out why the Misty Forest was growing and getting close to obstructing the Tradeway. Those who had any sort of charge in Waterdeep, whether it was higher-ups of the guilds, the economic guilds, or nobles, or those within its higher rulings, they reached out to a mercenary group called the Golden Company. The Golden Company was then tasked with figuring out what was going on with the Misty Forest and why it was expanding across the Tradeway. A forest overtaking these very traveled roads would cause many problems for the trade from Daggerford to Dragonspear and Waterdeep to Baldur's Gate. So the Golden Company was paid and hired out to go to the Misty Forest and find what was causing its expansion. When the Golden Company got there, they provided many excursions into the Misty Forest with nothing to find at first. They lost reconnaissance groups, scouts, and others into the ever-growing forest. Eventually, some of the spellcasters were able to create amulets that would allow people to return from the Misty Forest, those who worked for the Golden Company. So, after losing too many of their own members, they decided to hire out for help. They posted notices in Daggerford, Waterdeep, Dragonspear Castle, and other small towns and places along the way. Our group, our trio, the Red Knight, a human paladin who goes by Red, male human paladin who goes by Red. The female druid Aarakocra Bella. And what's his name? Teth. I might change the names. Names can change. Teth. A male dwarf rogue who have done adventures together and traveled together, found this notice and came to the Golden Company seeking to be employed. The Golden Company was offering 200 gold pieces each to anyone who would venture into the forest and come back with information that would help them stop its expansion. So, after spending a day amongst the Golden Company and getting whatever information they could, they received their amulets that would allow them to leave the forest when needed, and they went inside the Misty Forest. Woods? Misty Forest. So, that is where we are. That is where we start. Red always keeps his helmet on. He's a tough knight. Has a... we can go look at their pages. So, the Red Knight, human paladin. He's got a great sword. Javelin. He is a paladin, so yeah, he does have some spells, but these are level 2 characters. And they will be dealing with level 2 problems. But Red is at the front. He's a go-getter. He's a good guy. He's a paladin. He's good. Let's see. Oh, I didn't give any alignments, but he's just a good person. Next up, you have Bella, the Druid of the Sky, Aarakocra female. She has a quarterstaff, dagger, short bow. She has many different spells as a druid, and she's able to change shape as well, which is wild shape. So she can do 2 of those within a short rest. And if you aren't, I'm going to be talking at a higher level for D&D, but if you want to hop in at any point, if anybody hops in at any point and needs some of this stuff explained to them, I can always explain like what you can do, what's next, and all that. You're never going to be, you can always let me know if I'm getting too ahead of myself. So, also I'm hoping one of the other production things I really want to do is I want to do music. I want my music to be, I want to make the music for one. I don't trust this no copyright stuff. I wonder what's going to happen. Spotify's usually really good about no copyright. I've done no copyright music on Spotify and haven't had any issues. YouTube's a little bit more hit or miss. So I hope this stuff isn't as hit, it doesn't hit. Oh, I don't get hit for it. I don't even have any money. But, and also I worry about AI. I don't want to use AI for anything. I don't enjoy using AI. I don't like AI. I don't use AI. So I will never use AI to make any of my maps, characters, all that. I am anti-AI for everything creative. Ideally, I would love to pay out people, musicians and artists, to create, these assets and things for the Choose Your Own Adventure. But this is Bella's sheet. A lot of different options to choose from. And, if at any point you're wanting to see what spell she has or inventory anybody has, I can always pull up their sheet. And then Teth? I don't think Teth's gonna work. I keep forgetting that name. Teth. He's a male dwarf rogue. He's very charismatic. And, his crossbow, daggers, are up here. Can do... I don't think he's taken the subclass. I don't think any of them have besides the druid, because they take him at 2. So, he's pretty cool. He's a talker. So, Red talks as they're walking as you're walking into the forest, Red talks like this. It's so nice in here. It's pretty cool today too. Kind of appreciate that it's not too hot. That's Red. And then Teth talks. He talks like what's his name? Young who's that actor? Let me pull him up. I can do it. I just need to find this one movie that he's in. Dang it. Oh, here we go. This'll work. Colin Farrell. So Teth talks. It's Irish. It's always Irish. Dwarves are always Irish or Scottish. But Teth goes, oh, that's kind of the thing. It's kind of interesting. This forest. During this time, a lot of the heat around, especially past Daggerford, it gets pretty hot. But can't complain. I am gonna we do voices around here, right? We do, and then Bella is your typical. So Bella is the female druid Aarakocra, and she the voices could change a little bit, but I have the voices I want for both of these guys. Bella's could change at some point. Why, yes. It's always more temperamental in the forest, especially when we're close to the moors. Sometimes the weather and the wind brings cooler air into the forest. I'm surprised it's so temperamental right now. I'm happy about it. No complaints on my end. That's how everybody talks. Okay, that's your introduction. That's what they're talking about. So, the trio has entered into the forest, the Evergrown forest, and are continuing along this dirt pathway that has been cleared for them and goes amongst the trees. So they will get to this point here, and we will have our first option. And I'll do votes in this chat, and then we can randomize it. So for this one, we will do vote 1. Continue walking. 2. Check inventory. I don't know, it just kind of came to mind. We can check inventory. 3. Look around. So, everybody in the chat, if you're watching this, cast your vote. Will the crew continue walking? Will they check their inventory? Or will they look around? We will do a randomizer that I have. And we will see what it picks. Because there's nobody in here, so I'm not worried about it. Alright, so we got number 3, so look around. So for looking around, everybody is going to do a perception check. So we will do Red's first. So for perception, I think I can just click it. I don't really want to do that though. I want to roll. So we will do a d20. And we will roll the d20 across the screen. I didn't do it. I want it to roll across the screen. It's cooler. Let's go back. Name log. Character sheet appearance. Where are my dice options at? Where are the dice? Character settings. Dice rolling. Okay, enables dice rolling. So we should have cool dice rolling across. Alright, let me try another d20 roll. Clear the dice. Maybe I need to turn off the extension. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna turn off this extension that I have. So we'll turn that off. And then we'll refresh. And let's see. See if that does it. Hey, there we go. A 16 plus his perception is okay, 17. So we have a 17 for red. Now let's see about Bella. Hopefully hers is different. Oh yeah, change the die. My dice. She's gonna have this cool. I'll show something else. Here we go. Yeah, I gotta change everybody's dice. Oh, these are cool. All right, let's do that Kitsungu. Oh, wait, Aura Borealis. Okay, we'll do the Aurora Borealis for her. Ooh, 14, nice. 14 plus perception, 17. And I think a cool thing is Baldur's Gate 3 did a lot for all of this, for D&D in general, so I feel like people kind of have a base level just from playing Baldur's Gate 3, so that'll be helpful. So that was a 14 plus 3 is 17. Red had... It's good I have their game logs. A 16 plus 1, so it's 2 17s right now. And then the dwarf. Teth. I think his name's Teth. Let's find some cool dice for him. I wonder if it'll change for everybody. That would suck. That sucks. If it doesn't, oh, that sucks. I don't want to do this every time. This is money. He's all about money. Weapon mastery, power of the unicorn. Treasure hoarder, there we go. Does it do it for everyone's? Oh, that sucks. Well, I guess I'll just have to do some basic... I'll have to do a basic dice for everybody then. That'll be the DM's dice. 15. Cool. Okay, 15 plus 3, so 18. So everybody rolls really well. Because they roll really well, they see... this. This brush looks different. Actually, I want to get rid of that. I want to do it on the GM level. I'll get rid of it. Maybe if I go to the GM one. Oh, it's so low. Draw. Text, erase. Lighting effects. Oh. Bam, I can get rid of it as the GM. Let's see if it goes away. Let's see if it goes away. Okay, it's still there. Oh, alright, cool. Well, it kind of does it. Okay, so from the GM level, I'll put it down. And I don't know, what's a good, like... I guess yellow is good. We can kind of do, like... It's like markers, It's like, ooh, something's there. And then let me select them all. Nope, let me get them all. Change to the map. Boom. Now we go here, and look, there's something there. Okay, so Teth walks up. Looks like everything around isn't what it seems. There might be a path behind this brush. Vote 2. Vote. So this will only be 2. 1. Check out behind the bush. 2. Continue forward. Continue on. Alright, let's see what everybody does. Let's see what the vote is. Should I go behind the bush? Okay, so Teth will go behind the brush. And I will reveal what's behind. Lighting. Hide reveal. There you go. Reveal an area. So, do this, do this, do this, do this. Nah. And that should show everything on y'all's end. Boom! There's your chest. Okay, so check out what's behind the bus. Behind the bush. Bush is what I meant. And the group goes up there. So Red goes first, Teth follows, and Bella takes up the rear. Okay, so now we're at the chest. Teth walks up and checks the chest. So this area is amongst the, this forest. It's a forest. It's a fantasy forest. There's overgrowth on the sides, and you're following this dirt path, and there's trees sprung up all around. At times, it looks like you could see a pathway through the forest, and it kind of levels out. At other times, it seems like it might be, slight hills and drops and ridges, and there's a lot of brush that kind of hides, further into the forest that you can see. Wind caresses through the woods and the trees and shakes the limbs at times, sending leaves carousing around. There's, it smells nice. It smells nice of a forest. There's nothing unpleasant really about it, and you have this nice breeze through it. And as they're walking through, they found this brush that seemed a little out of place. And when they pushed past it, they found this pathway that went to an opening with a very similar road that they'd been following, dirt road. And here is a little clearing with a pretty unassuming treasure chest. So, Teth goes and checks the chest. It's locked. Ah, blast it. Blast it, it's locked. But I could try and unlock it, unless one of you has a key. Red goes, I don't think I have a key for that. And then Bella just shakes her head. So, we can unlock. So, we can try and unlock. We'll do that. We'll do vote. 1. Unlock the chest. 2. Leave the chest. Alright, that's your vote. What are we gonna do? That was not an option. Alright, unfortunately, gonna leave the chest. Bella speaks up. In a ever-expanding magical forest, we probably shouldn't be touching anything that we find out here on its own. Red goes, I agree with the druid. And then Teth, he's looking at it and he's sizing it up. Yeah, probably right. It's best not to mess with something like this found here on its lonesome. We should continue on. Okay, so the group will go back to the main road. and we'll continue forward. Choose your own adventure. You don't get to see what's in the chest. Alright, so I'll reveal what's ahead. Dun, 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 dun. So, going back, they get onto the main road. It's just how it used to look. Oh, I need to do that on the players. Whoop. Remind me next time. So, they continue forward. The trail, they walk a bit on the trail. It goes back and forth. Not really, it's really meandering just around in this forest. And they get to a crossroads. Once they get to the crossroads, this is what they see. So, kind of show everything here. Yeah. Yeah. That looks cool. Boom. This is what they see. So, to the left, which could be their north, depending on if they have a compass or not, there is a bridge over a river going through the forest. Where they are now is an intersection where they can go to the right, or they can go to the left, south, or north on this map, and see what the forest has ahead of them. Where they are now is there's this big tent. Under it is an assortment of desks and tables, with one long middle table going through the middle. With one long table going through the middle of it, with a bunch of different trinkets and treasures and items. Not too sure if, it has anything of interest to our heroes. But there is an old man with a bunch of packs around him, and he is sitting beside a fire, kind of looking into it, and he notices the players and waves at them. So, what will players do? They can go north, they can go south, or they can talk to the old man. So let's do a vote. Vote. 1. Go north. 2. Talk to the old man. 3. Go south. So, let's see what they pick, because it's randomized. Haha, go south. So they see the old man tending to his fire there, but they're just not really... Red kind of leans over to Teth and says, I don't know if we should really interact with this guy either. And Bella goes, best not in these strange woods. Teth goes, well, we can continue on the way and maybe go south towards this ridge. And he will go, kind of point him that way, and the group will go south. The old man will watch them go, but he won't say anything or do anything. So, they will go south along this way. Get rid of that. Dun, 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 dun. It's kind of cool, though, with the choose your own adventure. It's kind of fun being like, you have to do these things. Like, you do the vote, and if nobody's here playing, then it's like, they do this. It kind of keeps things, keeps things moving pretty good. So, they go into kind of this craggly ridge. If they wanted to, they could go atop it, but then they'd be in the brush and, the brush and undergrowth of the forest, whereas this is the kind of main road. So Red goes first, Teth follows, and Bella after. And as it kind of comes around and gets around a corner, Teth sees, or Red sees. Oh, you guys don't see it. So they get down into this ridge. Everything opens up to what they can see. It's a goblin camp. Goblins. Yep. Well, yeah, think about what you want to do. Oh yeah, by the way, Mexico and England are playing right now. And of course people are going to be watching that. Totally understandable. But you could watch both. You could watch England versus Mexico. And you could play in my Choose Your Own Adventure. Always going to be a problem. Okay. So... Sorry. I'm doing whatever. Doing whatever else. It's only been an hour. Cool. Well, we might see. I mean, these goblins might fuck everybody up, or we might be able to beat the map. That'd be pretty cool. Be cool to beat the map. But, you know, I'm going to do what the randomizer says. If I don't have people playing, then I'm going to do what the randomizer says. It is kind of funny. If I had one person watching and playing, they'd be able to choose everything that everybody does, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of chilling. But nobody's playing, so I can do whatever the hell I want. What's that about? Andrew Wiggins. That's crazy. That's a crazy tweet I just found. Man, I can't stop. I defend it. It's funny. The USA playing against, what's it called? Yeah, Balogun tomorrow. We're playing against Belgium, and so Balogun, like the main scorer, he got a red card, so he was supposed to be out and suspended. And then Trump called fucking FIFA and said, "Hey, we're not doing this. Pull that red card." And then they did, and so everybody's just, all the USA people have been posting about it. It's so funny. If there is corruption, it's for me. I defend it. Okay, so they see the goblins. We see the goblins. They see the goblins. The party sees the goblins. What options are there? So let's do this. Let's do a vote. So what Red sees in Teth as well, they come around the corner, they come around the ridge, and they hear and so they see this clearing in the forest, and it's another clearing with the road following it strictly. And it opens up, and it's a camp. It's a typical goblin camp. There's stuff strung around, barrels set up. There's a fire pit that's been put out. And there's a small makeshift watchtower that one of them sits upon and is kind of looking out, looking their way, but he hasn't seen them yet. And so the group can tell that there's 4 goblins, and then in the middle, sitting on a chair, kind of sharpening a knife he has, is this big old looking bugbear, mean looking son of a gun, and he's kind of sitting on this chair by the open flap to his tent. And there's just a bunch of other stuff kind of thrown about and trash and whatnot at this goblin camp. So, vote. What do we do? 1, run in. 2, sneak. 3, prepare. So, you run in and fight the goblins, or you get sneaky, and maybe you sneak up to one of the goblins. Or you prepare yourselves for the fight to go up against the goblins. So we'll do that. See what pops up. Alright, we got prepare. So, do I even have this shown for you guys? I've been saying all that and I didn't even have it shown. Ugh. Gosh dang it. There you go. That's on me. Yeah, so that's what you see. Okay, so we can prepare, which means that we can do stuff with our characters to get ready for the fight. So, what do we have? Inventory. Okay, so let's start with Red. Red in his inventory. He doesn't really have anything in his inventory that we can use for this fight. We don't have any extra items or weapons or anything. We have a javelin, so you could prepare like a javelin throw. So we could do that. We could prepare like a weapon or an action. I'm going to do a different dice. We're going to do for this one, because it's in the forest, we're going to find a foresty die. Yeah, we'll do Lenore. That'll be fun. Okay. So, not too sure if there's anything he can really do. I mean, he'll have to fight, so he can go ahead and cast. He can prepare Shield of Faith to cast. How long does it last? We can check and see how long it lasts. Lasts up to 10 minutes. So he could actually go ahead and cast that now, and he'll have a +2 to his AC. It'll bring his AC up to an 18. So we're going to go ahead and cast that. Now it's concentration, and it's a bonus action. A bonus action means that you can use it as a bonus and not your full action. And then as concentration means if he gets hit, he'll have to make a roll to keep that spell going. But he has Shield of Faith now, so we have that running, and I can add that AC additional magic bonus to Shield of Faith. Boom. So now he has an 18 at AC, and he's ready for the fight. So next up is Bella. What does Bella want to do before the fight? She can cast a spell, Fairy Fire, Guiding Bolt. Let's look at her spell list, right? Maybe we should look at her actions. Let me look at her actions. She has a menagerie of weapons at her disposal. She has a quarterstaff, she has a dagger, a short bow. She has a cantrip called Starry Wisp. She has an attack spell called Ice Knife. She has 2 attack spells, Guiding Bolt. She can punch, or she can strike out with her talons. We also have other actions in combat, and this is the same for Red. These are things that's like, somebody else was playing, we'd have to we'd talk about it and pick it, and maybe I would choose just some of them and kind of randomize, like, okay, these are what you can do to prepare. But it's fine. We can talk about it. So we don't want her to attack with any weapons because she's a spellcaster. She could wild shape. She could turn into an animal. She's at 2nd level, so max CR, which means we can get a list of animals that are CR 1/4 that she could turn into. So she could turn into that, or she could take Starry Form Archer, which does allow her to do ranged attacks, which is pretty cool. And I might do that. I want to do that because I want to do that. So instead of wild shaping, she's going to turn into her Starry Form, and it lasts for 10 minutes. Da, 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 da. So her Starry Form, let's read that. As bonus action, you can spend a use of your wild shape feature to take on a Starry Form rather than transforming into a beast. So she gets told by Red and Teth that there's goblins ahead. So she prepares herself by whispering some druidic words, and suddenly she takes this form. Her body becomes luminous, joints glimmer and like the stars. Glowing lines connect them, similar to a star chart. She sheds a bright light of 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet. It lasts for 10 minutes. She's taking the Archer. I want to do the Archer, but you can do one of these three. You can do the Archer, the Chalice, or the Dragon. And so, the Archer, when you activate this form and has a bonus action on your subsequent turns while it lasts, you can make a ranged spell attack, hurling a luminous arrow that targets one creature within 60 feet. On a hit, the attack deals radiant damage. Chalice, a constellation of life-giving goblet, appears on you whenever. So it's the constellation. It's like what the glowing forms of her body look like. A constellation of a life-giving goblet appears on you whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to a creature. You or another creature within 30 feet of you can regain. Okay, cool. So it doesn't even have to be. You can regain an additional 1d8. So if Bella heals Red or Teth, she can take an additional 1d8 plus her wisdom modifier, or somebody within, what is it? Within 30 feet of her. She can choose somebody within 30 feet of her to take an additional 1d8. So it's really cool. Circle of Stars Druids are awesome. I've always wanted to play one, so kind of getting to play one now. Dragon, a constellation of a wise dragon appears on you. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check, I hope that... Is this going? Okay, cool, it is. Everything's looking up, Jamsesh. Nice. Fun. This is fun. Dragon. A constellation of a wise dragon appears on you. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check or a constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on a spell, you can try to roll a 9 or lower on the d20 as a 10, which means that she would be able to keep using that spell. So Dragon is really, if you're in a big fight and you will have a bunch of concentration spells that you want to make sure you don't drop. But we're going to do Archer, and she'll be able to do some more damage this fight. Okay, so I already know what I want to do. I already know what I want to do for our boy Teth, the charlatan. He's going to get his crossbow out. He's going to hide as a bonus action, because he has cunning action. It allows him to dash, disengage, or hide. So he's going to hide, and that's going to allow him to gain advantage on his next attack, which will give him sneak attack. So let's roll that d20. So to hide, it'll be a 9 plus his sneak, or stealth, which is 5, which is a 14. So a 14's not great, but he'll kind of hide a bit behind Red here on the ridge, and he'll get ready to attack one of these goblins. And if he passes, he passes. Pull up these stat blocks. Kind of fun playing by yourself. I know that's... I know I shouldn't say that, but It's kind of fun, bro, playing D&D. D&D by yourself isn't that bad at all. I don't know. It's not that bad. I'm having fun. It'll be more fun whenever I get people playing the Choose Your Own Adventure and everything. But it'll be cool. That's crazy. Mexico and England already. 1-2 to England. Sorry, I gotta text my friends. Damn. 2 points? That's crazy. But it's Mexico versus England right now. Started at 8. So there's still time. Round of 6. I mean, that's still plenty of time left. Crazy, though. How are y'all doing? If anybody's watching, throw up some stuff in the chat. I don't think anybody's watching. Nobody's fucking watching. That's okay. It's fine. It's fun. I'm having fun. Fuck England, go Mexico. We're all Mexican tonight. Okay, so we've done what we've done. And now we are going to fight. We fight. So, let's go ahead and do initiative for... Let's go ahead and do initiative. I don't know how I want to do initiative, but let's go ahead and do initiative. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so /GM roll 1d20 /GM roll 1d20. There you go. Okay, well, that's not great. Let me get that thing going. Where's the fucking encounters? Sorry, where's the turn order? There we go. I think y'all will be able to see this, but we can add. Add turn 6. Well, what's the bugbear yet? Right? That goes up. And then let's do /GM roll 20. 12. Man, this is so fun. I'm having fun with this. Hey, 3. I don't know if it's actually 3 viewers, but hey, if you're watching this and you want to play, let me know. I'll get you in. We're doing initiative for this goblin fight right now. A turn. Goblins have pretty good decks. So that'll be 14. So, this is a choose your own adventure D&D game. Right now, the group party of 3 is. Oh, let's see if it is. Yeah, there we go. Party of 3 has come across this goblin camp, and they are going to attack the goblins. So this guy, Red, the knight, has Shield of Faith, which I gotta add on there. I gotta find a cool armor thing. So he has +2 to his AC. Boom. Teth, the rogue, is hidden. So let me find a hidden. What's a hidden? Not really a hidden one. Let me see. We'll do that one. That's not good. I don't like that at all. That doesn't look hidden at all. We'll do... Where is a hidden icon? We'll do this guy. Hidden. And then Bella is in star form, which means she can do additional extra damage. So let's find something that has to do with the star for her symbol. I don't know if I can find one, but we'll do that because it looks cool. Okay, it's just me again. Okay, cool. So let's do the initiative for our team. That is 10 for red. Next up is Bella. Which is 3 plus 2 is 5, so she gets a 5. And then Teth. He is the highest initiative. 1d20. 16 plus 3, 19. Wow, he gets to go first. That's awesome. Cool. Okay. Why isn't this sorting? Oh, because I'm not the GM. Oh, there you go. Okay, so because they chose to prepare, they now will... because they chose to prepare, initiative kind of starts. As they get ready, I'll say they come out. Teth is still hiding, but Bella and Red show their face. And so now it's initiative, and everybody's going to fight. The goblins go, "Oh, look, there's people coming this way." The bugbear gets up, and he's like, "Ugh, we'll have to take them out." Red goes, "I've been itching for a fight." Bella, "Hope the stars watch over me." And then Teth, is kind of grumbling to himself, like, "Why did they rush in there?" And so we start the attack. So Teth sees this goblin and this goblin. He's going to go for the one up top because he knows that no one's really going to be able to... That's not going to be the focus. So Teth is going to shoot at this boy right here. Well, I guess I have to make this a choose your own adventure. So, okay. Teth is hidden. What does Teth do on his turn? We can do... Let's see what options he has available. So we really only have, like, attack. So some of these are going to be a little bit different because it's like, how do you choose your own adventure? I mean, really, you're just going to be able to... Sometimes you're only going to be able to attack. Does he have any features available to him? Sneak attack, cunning action. He could hide again. So, he's got his crossbow. He's ready to attack, but what else could he do? I mean, he could do all these. I just want to know what makes the most sense, and I think... okay, so let's say... Let's vote. Vote! Vote Teth. 1. Attack. 2. Maybe move in, dash, gain better positioning. I don't know. I don't really have anything. I'm just gonna have him attack, and then we'll come back to it. We'll figure it out. What do you do to you're doing a choose your own adventure, and you're fighting. He doesn't really have a lot of options, so you can really only attack with him. He's got cunning action, which he can do as a bonus action, which we can do. So whatever. I mean, we're in a fight. I'm just gonna have him attack. So he's gonna attack. So he gets advantage. So he gets to roll 2d20s. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we have a... We're attacking with the crossbow here. Is that a 19? What? 8 plus 11. Okay, no. I don't want to do that. Let's do... So, okay. 12. So we got 12 plus 5 is 17. And he's attacking that guy. So... 12 plus 5 is 17. That would hit. Let's see if he's going to roll again, because he might crit. That's 16. So he hits on his attack, which will be 1d8 plus 3. And he has sneak attack, which sneak attack is an additional 1d6. So we'll do 1d8 plus 1d6. And then we'll add a 3 to it all. So that's 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 3 is 11 damage. So he does 11 damage to this boy, which I think... Yeah. So he actually... He pops that dude. Yeah. So Teth kind of comes around the corner here. Let's move Bell over here. He comes around the corner and he gets this guy and he releases his crossbow and shoots him. It rings true, and before the goblin even turns and sees red, he gets an arrow right through his head and he falls all the way to the ground. And he falls to the ground and dies. Oh, wait. Undo that. Bang. Falls to the ground and dies. So Teth has his bonus action. He's going to go ahead and hide again. Let's see if he's successful. Because the others haven't really seen him yet. And he had the first attack. So... Oh, perfect. Cool. So that's a nat 20. Nat 20 plus his stealth 25. He's able to hide again by the ridge after getting the drop on everyone. Next up is the goblins. Oop. Oh, I did. What was that? 14? Okay. I killed the goblin that had their initiative. Whoops. Okay, so I only had 2 goblins on this initiative. So one by the deceased one. He's gonna walk up and be like, "Oh God, they got Jerry! Oh no! Ring the alarm! They're here!" And he's gonna shoot at Red. So the... let's see... Oh. He's gonna miss on his attack. As he shoots a short bow at Red. Okay. So that's his turn. He's done. Next up is Red. Red's gonna run up and attack this goblin with his sword. Okay. We gotta do the choose your own adventure. Let's choose your own adventure. Okay, so Red has the option of Casting a spell. Oh god, I gotta go up here. Okay. We'll do spell, feat, or attack. So, Divine Sense, Lay on Hands. Cast a spell. That's just the randomizer. That's the randomizer of it. You know, that's the choose your own adventure. That's all he has. But we can have attack on there like twice. So feature, spell, action. Whatever. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so let's do the vote first. Vote. 1, attack. 2, spell. 3, feature. Let's see what we get. Feature. Okay, dang. So he's gonna cast Divine Sense. It's an action. As an action, you can detect good and evil. Till the end of your turn, you can sense anything affected by the Howl spell or know the location of any celestial fiend undead. You can use this feature 3 times per long rest. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. So he uses Divine Sense. It doesn't really do anything because nobody's there, and he's gonna run up to this guy, but he can't do anything because that's his turn. And that's what I do to myself. That's what I do to myself with the randomizer. That's what I do to myself. Choose your own adventure. Hey, if you're watching this and you want to play and you want to vote on some of this stuff, let me know. Because I'm stuck with the randomizer, if not. Okay, so that's it for red. Next up is a lot of the baddies. So it's going to be the bugbear and then these two on this left side. Okay, so let's see. I'm in charge of the bugbear. The choose your own adventure really only works for that. So the bugbear is going to... He's going to walk up and attack red. It'd be really funny if he kills him. It'd be so funny if this became a wipe. So he walks up and he's like, "Ah, you're challenging me." And he takes out... What do bugbears have? They have shields. They have a morning star. So he walks up. Yeah, he has a shield. He brings up... He pockets his knife. And he has a shield and a morning star. And he walks up. And he's going to attack. They do a lot of damage too. So that will be... Let's roll that. That's a miss. Do they have multi-attack? They do not. So he walks up and he swings at red. And red was kind of, he has his divine sense going and he's prepping himself for what's going on. And this bugbear walks up and swings his morning star, and red is able to bring his shield up, he doesn't have a shield, so he just kind of maneuvers out of the way as the morning star hits the dirt. And that's it for that bugbear's turn. Next up is going to be the goblin right by red. So that goblin is going to go ahead and attack red as well. So let's get that going. That might hit. That misses because of Shield of Faith. So this goblin attacks red and brings the scimitar that he has at the the armor that red's wearing, but red's able, it just hits red's greaves that he has, or leggings, whatever they wear on their legs, and it doesn't do any damage as it bounces off. So then our last goblin. So these two are fighting red. This guy is going to... He's going to move over here. And he's going to shoot at Bella. So let's show that. Yeah, so let's show what's going on, right? And so this goblin is going to go ahead and move. Slash roll. Oh, GM roll. Yeah, he hits. He hits Bella. And so anybody watching, this is Teth. Oh wait, let me do it here. This is Teth, this is Bella, and this is Red. And they are fighting some goblins. If you are watching this Choose Your Own Adventure pilot and you want to hop in and you want to, you know, take over on the votes, I'm going to be putting up the votes. You'll see them. Kind of choose what's going on. You can. But right now I'm doing a randomizer and we're just, you know, this is map 1, getting through the map. So right now they're fighting these goblins. Okay, so he shoots at this goblin here. Shoots at Bella. Bella gets hit. They rolled high enough. You guys can't see. Can you see the GM rolls? Wait a second. Can you see the GM rolls? Well, whatever. That's so funny. I've been doing GM rolls to myself, and you guys can see them. That's so funny. Okay, so yeah, he does damage. Let's see how much damage he does. So that'll be 5 damage to Bella. Oh, poor girl. So she takes 5 damage. As its wicked bow shoots a dirty old arrow and hits Bella in her thigh. Ah! She's hit. And that's it for their turn. Next up is Bella. Bum, bum, bum. Alright. Bella has some options. Let's see what she has. So she can do a spell, an attack, a spell, or a feature as well, which she already has. But she could do Guiding Bolt. So we will do that. Slash. Yeah, I mean, whatever. You guys can see everything, so. Oh, wait, no. Vote. Bella. 1. Attack. 2. Spell. 3. Feature. Let's see what it brings up. 1 attack. Nice. So what she'll do is her starry form allows her to attack already, but I think she can. Well, she's gonna attack with her short bow, and as a bonus action, she can do archer. So she's gonna shoot with her bow, her short bow. So she's going to shoot at the goblin that shot her. So she's gonna shoot at this guy. I don't even know who that guy shot at. Alright, drew to the sky. Oh, wow. 16. So that's a dirty 20. And that will be 1d6 plus 2. So she does 6 damage to this nasty boy. So it thwumps him, and it goes pretty deep into his his abdomen. And he's like, ah! As it hits him, and then she gets a bonus action, so she can shoot with her starry form. She can shoot basically a celestial arrow at him. So she's gonna go ahead and shoot that arrow, which will be another d20 roll. I think she gets to use her. So that is an 8 plus 5, which is 13. Let's see if that beats. the goblins. It does... No, that's a miss. So it streaks by. Her second shot, she doesn't even knock another arrow. She kind of just pulls the celestial arrow out from behind her and knocks it and shoots. And it goes flying by into the forest. And the goblin is pretty worried that that almost hit her. That almost hit him. And that's it for her turn. Next up, top of the round is Teth. Okay, top of the round is Teth. He was gonna attack. I think I'm gonna speed run some of this stuff. I'm not gonna get anybody else, and I kind of have a good system down. And we'll just kind of keep doing it. It'll be a lot easier whenever I haven't had such a long day, or I'm down to play for longer. But I think at this point I'm just gonna get through this, and then we'll stop, and we'll call it good. And we could even start up next time. You know, as long as I'm playing by myself, whatever. Who cares? But yeah, Teth is gonna go ahead and attack, and we're just gonna kind of play through this Choose Your Own Adventure part. So he hit again, and he's able to get another shot off. He's going to attack at this guy back here. That is a 2 plus 5 is 7, so he gets advantage, though, because he was hidden. He gets to roll one more time. Oh, there we go. That's a 20. So that 20 will hit, and he gets to do 1d8 plus that sneak attack, which is 1d6. Oh, those are awesome. So that's 10 plus 3, 13. So he kills another goblin. Yeah, this guy is deado. So Teth is now taking out 2 goblins because he's so good at it. That's it for his turn. He can't hide, but he'll move up a little bit and kind of get a look at what's going on. He's not hidden anymore, so I can take that off. So. Next step is red, actually. Can I get rid of it? Oh, yeah, I can. Cool. So red's up. He's going to attack. Celestial of Faith. He's going to attack this guy. He's going to attack the bad guy. The big bad guy in front of him. So let's go ahead and get that great sword rolling. 6 plus 5 is 11. I don't think that'll hit. That won't. He does not have multi-attack. He doesn't have advantage, so that's it for his turn. Ugh. So he swings his sword at the bugbear, and the bugbear brings its shield up and deflects the sword down into the dirt instead of hitting him, and he goes and that's all. But red still has that extra AC up, so he's still sitting good. Next up are the bad guys. So bugbear's gonna attack. That's an 18. Oh, it'll hit. 18 plus 4, so he hits for 11 on our boy. Red Knight takes 11 damage. Dang! So he gets a big old Morningstar cleave right into Red's shoulder and pulls it down, bringing a bunch of blood and splatter. The goblin right beside Red attacks as well. That's a miss. He kind of keeps banging against like the legs, the greaves that Red has, not hitting anything. And then the last one is going to shoot at Teth, after seeing him take out one of his friends. Oh, nat 20. Oh, shit. That is going to be... He fucking pops Teth. It's going to be 10 damage to Teth. So Teth takes fucking 10 damage. Damn! These guys are taking some damage this fight. So Teth's at 7, Bella's at 12, and Red's at 9. Oh, that's crazy. But that's it for their turns. They did some damage. Next up is going to be Bella. Bella's going to keep attacking this dude. So let's roll that d20. Ooh, so that'll miss. That's a 4 plus 3, which is 7. So she'll roll another d20 for a bonus action to do Starry Form Archer attack. And that is 5 plus 5, 10, which is another miss. So she shoots 2 more shots at this goblin and continues to miss. Next up, back to Teth. Teth will maybe have to save the crew. So Teth is going to attack that dude. The one that was looking rough. So he pulls his crossbow out. Does he have anything to help? I don't think so. I think he's just going to try and hit this dude. And he does! That's a 20. So he kills him. I mean, he only had like 1 health left, that guy anyway, so that guy gets freaking crossbow bolt right in between his eyes. Oh! And he's donezo. Oh, let's do the concentration throws for Red. / roll 1d20. So that's a 9 plus his con. So 2, so that's 11, so he's good. And he's good. So he still has Shield of Faith up. But that's it for Teth's turn. Next up is Red. Red is going to attack the bugbear once more. 19, nice. He has a, what's it called? He has a feat. Let's see what that feat is. You can reroll 1 or 2. Okay, that's not it then. But 19 plus 5, so he does 2d6 plus 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So the bugbear takes 11 damage. He's got a lot more than that. Yeah, so bugbear takes a great slash against. It like cuts through his leather armor and everything. And he's like, oh! And it hurt, and it did a lot of damage, but he's still up and going. Which is their turn next. The bugbear is going to attack. That'll hit. He rolled a 19. 19 plus 19 roll is already bigger than the 18 that what's his name has, so that'll be another 11 damage, which I think will down him. The Red Knight. Yep. So he goes down. Oh! So we'll do that. So he goes down, which means he loses his concentration anyways. So now he's going to face death saving throws on his turn. The goblin by Red is going to run over this way, and he's going to shoot at Teth. And let's see how successful he is. He misses. Don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, he misses. So he shoots at Teth, and that's a miss. That's it for their turn. Next up is Bella. Bella is going to shoot at the big bad guy. It's 18, so that's a 22, which will be 1d6 plus 2. So she hits him for, nice, 6 damage. Yeah, so she sends an arrow right into one of his wounds that Red had put in him. And then for a bonus action, she's going to attack again. Starry form. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, nat 20. Oh, shit, that's crazy. She does a nat 20. So that is Starry form archer, 1d8 plus 3. So she's going to roll 2 d8s. She's going to do 2 d8s, and we'll add the plus 3 radiant damage. Oh, that's so bad. 5 plus 3 is 8, so she does 8 damage. She loosens her regular bow, another arrow, and then she pulls out another starry celestial arrow, and she shoots it, and it goes straight into one of the bugbear's, what's it called? Wounds across his chest that Red had put there, and it like light shines out as the radiant arrow hits the bugbear, and he's looking. I mean, he's barely hanging on. That's it for her turn. And next up will be Teth. So Teth saw him go down, and he's worried. But he knows he's got to take these bad boys out. So Teth is going to go ahead and shoot at the bugbear, and also try and take out the bugbear. It's okay. Calm down. I'll take you out here in 1 second. 11 plus 5 is 16. Is that enough? Is that enough? Yes, that just hits. 1d8 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. So yes, so he shoots his crossbow once again, and it hits the bugbear right between the eyes, and puts another arrow embeds it right into its head, and it falls backwards and is donezo. Bam. All that's left is one measly little goblin. So we'll get to a Red saving throw. Let's see, what happens here. So he rolls 1d20. 15, that's a success. Good. That's good. Next up is going to be the bad boys. So this goblin is going to shoot at Bella. Slash 20. No one's playing. Alright, that's fine. That's a miss, so he misses. That's it for his turn. Next up is going to be Bella. So she's going to shoot at the goblin. Oh, yeah, we do her roll over here. 17 plus 4, that's a hit. And then that'll be short bow, 1d6 plus 2. We do that on here, so 1d6 plus 2. Oh, 8. So yeah, she loosens her bow and hits this goblin square in the chest, and he is dead. And they get out of initiative. Bum 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 bum. So they survive. Woo! They won. She has heals, I'm pretty sure. Healing word. So she casts healing word. And heals. What's his name for 1d4? Red. So we'll do that. 1d4 plus 3. So that's 6. Red gets back 6 HP. Okay, well, no. Stop. Get out of the saving throws. How do I get him out of the saving throws? Yeah, there we go. Apply changes. Thank you. So 6. And then he's going to use his Lay on Hands. Does he have that? Yeah, he has Lay on Hands. 10. He's giving himself 5. Boom, he's at 11 now. Boom, there we go. Okay, cool. So the crew cleared out the goblin camp and is going to loot it and explore it next session. And we'll go from there and see if we can beat map 1. And then I'll probably just push them all together. And I'll put that out as the pilot. And we'll get through this together. But, you know, whatever. Just figuring things out. Going through the motions. What to vote on, what not to vote on. All that good stuff. So, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. Check it out. Join in next time. Play the game. All you gotta do is talk. Hop in chat. Just say, I want to do this. I want to do that. It's not a big deal at all. It'll be fun. So, but I'm gonna end it there. I'm tired. I got a little stuff to do before bed. I got work tomorrow. Oh, and I'm gonna be doing these at like 9. 9 on Sundays. On certain days, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's the Choose Your Own Adventure Jamsesh style. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Peace.